Good evening, I'm Lee Partridge and welcome to Col U TV, coming to you from the JobServe Community Stadium for another midweek show. On tonight's show, we take a look back with action and reaction, of course, from both the Newport and the Swindon games. We will also take a look at the upcoming FA Cup tie against Wigan. We want to give a big, massive mention to the 58 travelling U's fans, of course, who made the trip to Swindon on a cold Tuesday evening last night. So well done to each and every one of you. And when you get a win, it makes it all worth it, doesn't it? Of course. Let's get on with the show as we take a look back at the Newport game and the highlights from Friday night. What were your thoughts on the game? Me personally, I thought we was clinical in front of goal, which is maybe what we've been missing at times against Exeter, and we showed resilience against Newport coming from behind to take a draw. In both games, once again, the young and the more experienced players working so well together. But let us know your thoughts. What do you think? Anything Col U related, send it into media@colchesterunited.net. Back to Friday's game with Hayden Mullins and Jake Turner's thoughts. Incidentally, as you probably well know, Jake Turner got man of the match here at the stadium, and he was also in the Sky Bet 2 team of the weekend.
Hayden, 2 home games, 4 points. Would you like 6, of course?
Yeah, we would have loved 6. We would have liked 6. But, sitting here on the balance of play, I'm happy with a point. If you offered me 4 points from 6 against Exeter Newport, we would have taken them. But the way we started the game, we didn't really help ourselves tonight, and we looked tired, and we looked like we'd put so much energy into the Exeter game on Tuesday that it was hard to get going for the first 45. So on the balance of play, yeah, happy with a point.
You must be really pleased as well with the second half, the way the lads responded, because it looked like Newport had the best of the first half, but certainly from the sidelines, it looked like we had the better of the second.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think I was so disappointed in the first half with the way we kept turning the ball over. With unforced errors, different mistakes, getting caught on it, taking too many touches. But we looked tired. We looked like we struggled to get any kind of momentum or energy in the game. And then their goal obviously comes from us overplaying in an area, nicking the ball not far away from our goal. It's a great finish from Telford, and he's been in great form. But it's us giving the ball away in such a cheap area. So yeah, I was just disappointed with that. And we got in at half time and had a chat about the second half and how we wanted to go about it. I think it was key to try and get Noah and Dobbs higher, not playing in our half, and we wanted to try and hit areas to really put them under pressure. And I thought we started that really well. I thought Noah was, for me in the second half, was the catalyst to that and really drove the team.
Yeah, and sometimes there's moments in games where you think, yeah, we're starting to get on the front foot, and Noah making a couple of blocks and wanting to put them under pressure in the same area that we'd lost the ball for their goal. Kind of, like you say, is that catalyst.
It is, yeah, and it just raises, the fans get going and you hear the noise goes up, something like a block, something simple like that. And then, he starts driving with the ball and making things happen, and we get the ball wide, which was good. Spread it wide. Our final delivery has got to be better, and we've got to get more bodies on the end of it. But we start, creating a real pressure, and we really pin them in, and which is what we wanted to try and do in the first half. But, the second half was a real key part of us getting back into the game, the way we started that.
And on Tuesday night, you spoke about wanting to get Alan Judge back into things and back, out on the pitch for that creativity. You must have been pleased that he went on and did exactly what we all know he can do.
Yeah. I mean, Judge, he's a good player. He's had an injury and he's had a couple of setbacks. So I think we have to try and manage him right. I didn't just want to throw him on and it's hard not to use him when you got him at half time, because you just want to chuck him on and say, right, it's 45 minutes. But we have to be a bit careful with him. But I thought we started the second half well. There was always a change that we had to try and make. I think Silv looked really tired and he was starting to peter out a little bit. So it was set up for Judgy to come on in that inside area and try and help us get a goal.
Once we had got that goal back, was it hard to stop the lads going too gung-ho in getting a winner? Because, they're not eighth in the league for no reason. They're a good side. So was it a case of making sure we're concentrated and focused at the back, as well as wanting to get that winner?
Yeah, I think the time we scored, I think it was 78th minute or whatever, there's 10 minutes left. So the boys have got real momentum. We drummed up a lot of momentum in the second half, and to get the goal, it was a great goal from Freddie. Fantastic goal. To get that goal, we were right in real momentum, and it's hard to, like you say, is to try and rein them in a little bit and say, hold on, we've got 10 minutes left. And like you say, we got hit on the counter a couple of times, dangerous situations where, if they'd have got a second goal, it would have really killed the tie off. But it's hard. We wanted to try and get back to our shape and play from our shape and play from there while having a real balance. And I think that's one of the reasons why we made the change at the end, brought Eastie on so the fullbacks can get higher as wing backs, and we still got the two running through and the two up top, but a little bit more solid at the back. But yeah, it's always tough because they want to go and win the game then. They just want the leashes off and go. And, from getting yourself back into it with a point, to come away with nothing from that tonight would have been real disappointing.
Jake obviously wanted all 3 points, but sometimes you do have to settle for 1 point. But did you think it was a fair point for both sides?
Yeah, in the end, probably a fair result, to be fair. Like I say, wanted all 3, but when you go goal behind, you just got to try and get in the game. And then once you get into it, you can't really... It's better to draw it than lose it. So obviously we're going for the win, but we were secure at the back. So points a good result, to be fair.
Yeah, and obviously you were at the sharp end of seeing the quality of one of the goals, Telford's for Newport County. One, from the sidelines, it didn't look like you had any chance of saving. It was a great strike, wasn't it?
Yeah, to be fair, it's a great finish. He's on a good scoring streak, to be fair to the lad. So it's a shame that we couldn't keep it out, but nothing you can do really about the finish.
But obviously the quality at the other end as well with Freddie Sears' finish.
Yeah, it was a great finish from Freddie, to be fair. It's good to see Judgy back. Plays a great ball through and then takes a great touch, and then the finish is excellent.
Yeah, and from a personal note, it must be really good for you. You've had to be patient because Shan's forms kind of kept you on the sidelines. Looked really good in the Papa John's trophies you played. So you must be pleased, although it's at Sham's expense through injury. That's what happens in football, especially in the goalie positions.
Yeah, obviously it's not nice to see Sham being injured. Hopefully he's back soon, back training soon. But no, like you say, it's once I get the chance, I have to take it. Because Gerks is also in and around there, like he's a great keeper, like everyone knows. So I've got to keep pushing, keep my standards high, so I can keep the shirt.
And it's a unique position amongst goalies, isn't it? Because there is only one position that you're training with each other all the times. And spoke to Sham in the week, and he says it's just like friendly rivalry, but you all want each other to do well.
Yeah, it's exactly that. To be fair, Sham was in the changing room before the game, giving me cuddles, saying, "Come on, just keep doing what you've been doing." I do the same when Sham's playing. Like I say, there's only one person can play, but because you train together every day, we have that friendship that obviously you see. I don't know if you see it from the outside, but on the inside, it's definitely there.
Obviously, you had 2 home games in very quick succession. Of course, we wanted 6 points, but I suppose you look back on it and it's 4 good points after the disappointment of Stevenage.
Yeah, we played 2 good teams. Obviously, both at the top end of the table, where we want to be. So obviously, to get 4 points out of them 2 games you take that any day of the week, I think, to be fair. So yeah, like you say, I think it's 4 points gained instead of 2 points lost. Would you say that?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, quite right. Yeah,
Yeah,
4 points and something to build on going into what is going to be a stupidly busy December.
Yeah, obviously it's always busy around December, so just got to keep sharp in training. And when the games come thick and fast, you've got to just try and perform in every game.
Don't forget, we bring you all the action and reaction from every game, home and away. I guess it's sometimes difficult for players, or they feel it's difficult, or don't really want to chat to the press, depending on the result of the game. But that wasn't a problem for Luke Chambers last night, after scoring both goals in our 2-1 win over Swindon last night in the EFL Papa John's Trophy. Here's the highlights, followed by what Chambo had to say.
Well, that was a good evening team-wise and a good evening personal-wise, wasn't it?
Yeah, great to come down all the way down here and get a result. That's what we set out to do. They made a lot of changes. The boys set out about their business early on really well. And when you've got players in the team that can deliver the ball the way Alan Judge can, and the way the boys have done recently, it gives us an opportunity to score. I've always worked well with Tommy. When we were at Ipswich together, we always seem to work blocks and get ourselves opportunities. It's usually him scoring more of the goals and him taking the credit. But no, tonight 2 have gone in. Could have had 3. Sears got in the way of the last one. But no, just delighted to win the game. We're in the next round, and that's what we came here to do.
I was going to ask you about the third one a bit later. I thought it was one of your own players that got in the way, but as you say, Alan Judge has been doing that all his career, hasn't he? And you've got to make sure you get on the end of that sort of delivery.
Yeah, I do think we've turned a bit of a corner in terms of our level of performances, and the form's been a lot better. We've found a way of playing, and we're playing to our strengths. And Judgy's obviously been out for a few weeks, and he's come back in. He came back in on the weekend and sets Sizzy up for the goal. And again tonight, he's set up 2 for me. So that's the quality he brings. I'm fortunate to have him in the squad and in the club.
Makes all that set piece work worthwhile, though, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Al Dyer takes all those and sets us up. We know what the signals are. I think we should have scored more and made more problems for opposition this season. We haven't managed to do that, but hopefully tonight can start that and kick us on to create more opportunities and score more goals from set pieces, because we've certainly got delivery and the players to cause teams problems.
And that first half performance deserved more goals, and you probably should have had the job done before half time, shouldn't you?
Definitely so. I don't think you can argue with that. Like, we've come here, we've took the game seriously. They've made a lot of changes. They've got a lot of young players on the bench, and that was their prerogative. But today, like I say, we set off from minute one. I think we caused the problems, especially all through the first half. It was just disappointing to concede the goal before half time, and it's always difficult when you go 2-0 up. Then you do concede. It's going to be a nervy finish. But I think we dealt with most threats they had to throw at us, especially in the second half as well. We sort of managed the game. It was difficult conditions, so we're just delighted. We're just delighted we've come this way.
The head coach says he wants to protect the competition, but it's also about keeping things ticking. As you said, performances have improved and results have improved over the last sort of 4, 5, 6 weeks.
Yeah, I think now we're seeing. We had a lot of lads who have picked up injuries from pre-season, lads missing with COVID for one reason or another. We haven't had sort of a strong squad, everyone match fit to play, but I think you're seeing that now. I think Luke Hannon's come in the last few games against Exeter at the weekend and done fantastically well. Tonight he steps up the team, and the boys that came in have done tremendously well again. So it's brilliant for the gaffer that he's got those players now available to him to make decisions that he sees fit in which games. So we're delighted the way things have turned around a little bit for us, but there's a long way to go.
Bit of a different performance second half, with the wind and the rain just coming straight down the pitch, straight into your faces.
Yeah, it's always difficult unless you're at the game and on the pitch to see how difficult the conditions were, even when obviously they're getting a high press on us, so the goal is trying to kick it as far as he can, and it's not even reaching the halfway line. So you're always on the back foot, especially like I say, when you can see just before half time, having felt you've been in so much control, it's always going to be a nervy one. But like I said, I think we saw it relatively comfortable. They've got good players, they're going to cause you problems. They play a really attractive style of football. The manager's doing very, very well here with them, so that's running obviously through the club for them. But we're just delighted to come here again and, like I say, and get the job done.
Scored 20 games at pro level before?
I have done, yeah, when I was at Nottingham Forest. I was trying to get a little free kick on the edge of the box for my hat-trick, but Chris Boyd, obviously Scottish legend, wouldn't let me take it at the time. I think Robert Earnshaw was there as well. So no, it's just delighted. And like I say, I could have had 3, but listen, take 2 and we get the win. Delighted.
And on to a big cup game now on Sunday against very different opposition.
Yeah, again, they'll be wanting to make their mark. They've had a fantastic start to the season. They've got a tremendous young manager who's had success through his career. He's now got his first managerial job and he's doing a tremendous job. I've got friends who play up there and can't speak highly enough of him. So it's going to be a tough game for us, but one we're going to look forward to. It'll be a difficult game for them, it'll be a difficult game for us, but we'll enjoy every moment of it.
That was Chambo talking to Glenn Speller from BBC Essex after our 2-1 win last night. He's obviously chasing Freddie down for that top goal scoring spot. That'd be good to see, wouldn't it? We're into the last 16 of the trophy, which we got to the final of back in 1997. Unfortunately, then losing out on penalties to Carlisle. I know it's early days, but we're only 3 wins away from Wembley, from that final again. I'm sure Hayden's thoughts aren't thinking that far ahead, but let's see what he thought on last night's performance and result.
Hayden, all based on an excellent first half performance.
Yes, yeah. I think we started really well. I think the key message today was, to be professional. We want to really attack the game, and it's a great opportunity for us as a football club, to progress into the next round. Good side, Swindon. We knew it'd be a tough test, but I think the only down point in the first half is we weren't more goals ahead.
You mentioned you wanted to attack the game. You went very, very strong. I think we were all quite surprised to see how strong you went.
Yeah, I think we've got extra days rest, so we don't play until Sunday. So it was a really good opportunity to attack the game. I think we want to keep our momentum going as well. I think we've been playing really well. Been really pleased with where we've been. Even the Stevenage game where we dropped points and we got beat, I was really pleased with the performance. And we went into the Exeter game, which was a different game, and to beat them 3-1 was another good performance. And then the second half against Newport especially was really good. So I think it was important to build on that, and I think to come here and to go as strong as we did and play as well as we did in the first half, it showed that, we really want to keep the momentum going.
Before his injury, we spoke to Alan Judge, and he said he was surprised he hadn't got more assists so far this season. Well, 1 on Friday and 2 this evening, and 2 great finishes from Luke Chambers.
Yeah, I think he was on for a hat-trick at one point, Luke Chambers. I thought he was really going to get it. And like I said, the only disappointing thing in the first half was that we weren't more goals ahead, and then we let them in it right at the end of the death from a set play. So for everything we did well in the first half, we should have been more goals ahead, which would have been really pleasing, and could have made some changes earlier and maybe got a few players off the pitch and rested a few, but they were all raring to go down there. There was a couple of forced changes on us, which we needed to make, but the rest of them were ready to go.
Bit of a different game in the second half. I mean, the conditions awful in the second half for your guys to defend against the wind and the rain just coming right into them.
Yeah, it was, but they also had something to hold on to and really have a go at with the goal that they got towards the end of the first half. They really had something to believe in. So I think if we'd have killed the tie, it'd have been a lot more comfortable in the second half. The conditions are not the best. It's really blustery and windy, balls flying around, holding up. So we knew it would be a different second half. But I thought we managed it the beginning of the second half a lot better than we did towards the end. We sort of dropped a little bit too deep, and then I think the 3 changes. Took them a while to get into the game, the 3 lads that we brought on, but I think Swindon were always going to have a reaction being at home, trying to get back into the game, throwing bodies forward, so there was always going to be a period we'd have to defend and see out.
And defend well, and your goalkeeper again, awful conditions for goalkeepers, but he comes for things, doesn't he?
He does, yeah. He's a real good young goalkeeper. Him and Shamulov and Dean have got a real battle amongst themselves, because they're top young talents. So, we're pleased to have him. And I think every game he's played for us, touch wood, he's done really well. Really, really well.
No Tom Eastman or Frank Newblade at all this evening. Was that just a decision to leave them at home?
No. Injuries again, which ruled the guys out. So we lost them. Charlie Daniels felt a little bit of a strain, a tweakish sort of thing as well, so we've had to leave Charlie out. So they were forced on us, really.
Frank and Tom, do you know sort of the extent and the length?
I don't know. I think Frank's had a scan on his knee, so we're waiting on the results, really. And Tom Eastman we lost through COVID, so we lost him yesterday through COVID. He tested positive with a test, so we lost the big man for 10 days now.
Gives you options though. I mean, you are quite well served in the fullback area, and Miles Welch Hayes can obviously play as part of the 3. We've seen him do that this season, so you've got some things that you can move around if required, haven't you?
We have. But, we're not blessed with the biggest of squads, so it's we really want to try and contain it as much as we can, COVID, but we know we can't. We know that players are going to be, especially with Christmas, moving about quite a bit, and it's the spike looks like it's going up, so that's the main thing that really worries me, and it's probably us and a lot of other squads, but you lose players for 10 days, you lose 3 or 4 really important ones, you could be down to bare bones. So.
Tommy's okay though, is he, apart from testing positive?
Yeah, I haven't spoke to Eastie, but he felt a bit down yet. He felt a bit down yesterday, so he took a test and we lost him. So I think he's just at the moment he's just suffering from aches and a few pains, but I think he's fine. Yeah.
Just finally, and thanks for making the climb up here onto an FA Cup tie now on Sunday against the 2013 winners. So another good cup game for your side.
It is. It's sort of flipped from last time where we played Sudbury and we were the ones that everyone was hoping was slipping up. So hopefully we put in a good performance against Wigan. We know they're a good side, top of League One. Strong side. Great test for us, but it's a good game for us to pit ourselves against a real good side. So we're at home. We're going to attack the game as we want to try and do most weekends, and hopefully we get a result.
And just finally in this competition, nice to have some cup football guaranteed for the other side of Christmas as well.
Yeah. I mean, we wanted to, like I said, we wanted to really attack the game, and it's a competition that we want to try and do well in. So why not? And I think it showed by how strong we went, and like you say, it's a different distraction from the league. It's a different distraction, different feeling, and like I say, it keeps the momentum going, which is good.
So that's the EFL Papa John's Trophy for now. We look ahead to the FA Cup tie here against Wigan on Sunday. With this being an FA Cup tie, the only way you can watch it live is to be here at the stadium. Unfortunately, it's not available on the iFollow. If you haven't already got your tickets, Get your tickets. You can get them at colutickets.com, of course. Don't forget any birthdays, any mentions, any shout-outs, anything on the big screen that you want, anything Col U related, do send it in to us here, media@colchesterunited.net. That's about it for tonight's show. Have a great week, and we'll see you at the weekend. Harry Totten will be in this chair for the pre-match show on Sunday. But I'm going to leave you with a 6-goal thriller against Wigan in 2016. Goodbye for now.